Hello everybody, Barry Knight here. Today we're going to be talking about how to make your own custom ancillaries within a mod of Medieval 2 Total War or Medieval 2 Total War itself. So go into Program Files 86. Now it depends on whether you have Steam or Sega, but as I explained in my last tutorial, then you'll know how to get to Steam. You just go to Steam, Steam Apps, then Common, then Medieval 2 Total War, then you go to Mods, and you should be at your mods or whatever you want to change. So, what we're going to be doing is Fire and Blood. We're going to continue on modifying what I was doing earlier. So first things first, we want to go to Maps, Campaign, Imperial Campaign, go to Desk Strat. So we want to get down to our character, Ruthor Darkline. Now, as you can see, I did have to add another N, so he would just be Darkline with one N within the game. So that's what happened. But anyways, keep that open or keep that around. We're not done with it yet. I'm going to go back all the way to here. Now what we want to do is go to Export Desk Strat Ancillaries text. Alright, so we're going to go down to one that I know is here. A few, yes, I've added a couple ancillaries to the game. Try not to look too hard at them all, but what I want to do is just copy and paste any of the swords that you find in your game. If you want to add Valyrian swords to Westeros, you can add any custom thing you want. Just make sure it's a sword as in type, because if you get into all the types, it's a little bit more confusing and the game might not register it. So we're going to copy and paste that. Now you can change the command and the hit points and everything, but that's up to you, that's your decision. What I want to do is change this to Dark Star. And make sure you change every single thing. Make sure it's all spelled correctly. Now this is going to be the sword for our General Darkline. Dark Star, Dark Star. Now, you want to remember what you called this for your TGA file. So, I'm going to save this, close out of that. I'm going to want to go into text and find export ancillaries.txt. Alright, so again, go down to swords and items usually, but that doesn't really help me get there. Anyways, you want to copy and paste the same thing that you did your item on. Make sure you have it within these little brackets. Change all of the brackets so they're all different. Dark Star. Make that Dark Star as well. So this is where the game will connect it to what you want to be, what it's going to show in the game map. So it's going to show this long description. If I could just get rid of this. There we go. So we'll just say the ancestral Valyrian sword of House Darkline. Make that capital. Alright, so that should be good right there, alright? Make sure you save that. Double check your spelling. Make sure everything's good. Close out of that. Then what you want to do is go to UI, go to Ancillaries, and now you have all these ancillaries here. Keep that open. What you want to do is open up your GIMP or whatever you use to change your stuff around. Take your picture that you found online, grab it in here. Now here's a few swords that I thought were pretty cool, but I only wanted one. So I'll just do this. Gotta shorten it a little bit because it's a tad bit longer than it should be. And that's good. So what we want to do is go to Image, scale the image, Make sure it's in pixels. It's going to be 33 pixels wide and 41 pixels high. Now it might look a little funny in here, but it might look a bit more proper on the campaign map. So what you're going to want to do next is then export as. Now put it wherever you think you'll remember to find it. I always put it on my desktop because it's right there and I can just grab it whenever. So we're going to call this darkstar.tga. Export. Try again. There we go. Yeah, it might take a few times for GIMP to load it. But there we go. We have darkstar.tga. Going to go to our ancillaries and put that right in there. Alright. Last thing you got to do is go back to DeskStrat since you kept it open. Right. Alright. So I already gave him the ancillary Duskendale because he's the true Darkline, and no Rosby or any other such fellow's gonna take it from him. Anyways, we're gonna need to give him Darkstar. So he's got that. Now it should be inside the game. And if it's not, make sure you spelled everything correctly, make sure everything is changed to Darkstar, make sure that your picture is the right size. Because I've been shot down on pictures for anything, whether it's the general's picture or whether it's the ancillary picture or whatever. It was off slightly. The text file was a little bit larger than it should have been, and that really killed my game. So what I'm gonna do next is kind of show you guys a little sample of what it looks like in the game. So I'll cut to that in just a moment. All right, so here we are within the game. Here's Ruthor Darkline as we've imaged him within the text files, and his name is normal. As you can see, he's perfectly fine, perfectly natural, and he's got his wicked looking Darkstar sword. So ancestral Valyrian sword of House Darkline, very nice, very cool, and the sword does look a tad weird because it's a little smushed, and I guess you'll have to give and take on how some of your swords or items look within the game. But yep, that's it. He's here on the map. There is just one last tutorial that I'm going to be putting up. It's going to have a lot of parts in it, so stay tuned. If you guys have any questions for me, leave them down in the comments below, and if this tutorial helped you, let me know that as well. That'd be great. Thank you all for watching. I'll talk to you all next time. Berry Night out.